Hi everybody, this is Cynthia Stogdill. Welcome to the very first Tangled Librarian podcast episode, coming to you from the Fremont Middle School Library and the Johnson Crossing Library on Monday, January 5th, 2015, episode 1. So our theme for this episode is Let's Get Started, and I thought that would be really appropriate for the beginning of our new semester and the new year, 2015. One of the goals that I had for this coming year was to create a podcast and see if I could get that going. So I'm kind of excited to get started, although I will have to tell you that it's a lot harder than it looks, and the sound of your own voice is really unsettling. And I actually have a special guest here with me who's looking at me like I lost my mind. So I will introduce our guest a little bit later, but it is a little weird. Because we're just kind of sitting here talking. But one of the things I wanted to share, I've got lots of things I want to talk about this first episode, but one of the things I wanted to share with you is that we have added quite a few new books in both of our libraries. We made a trip to the Scholastic Warehouse, and if you've ever been there, it's like a candy store for librarians. It's absolutely insane. And I did grab some cool stuff as well as some things that I ordered. So we have some new books, we have some historical fiction, realistic fiction, graphic novels, some nonfiction, lots of cool stuff that we have cataloged and ready to go. And that kind of brings me to our special guest that I have with me today. My daughter Abigail is here, and she was actually part of the cataloging process along with my other daughter, and she came and hung out with me in the library one day. Did some cataloging, so say hi to everybody, Abigail.
Hi, everybody.
So I just want to ask you very quickly, you don't have to talk a lot, just a little bit, but I just want to ask you, of all the books that you helped catalog and stamp and cover, was there one in particular you were super excited about? Totally getting the blank look, so.
The Diary of a Wimpy Kid one.
Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the long haul, the orange one. Yeah, several copies of that got added to the collection. So that was your favorite?
Yeah, those are good.
Was there any other ones that you wanted to highlight?
The one with the elephant on it?
Oh, yeah. Tua and the Elephant?
Yeah, that one. Cute.
Okay. Yeah, neither one of us read that, but it had a really cute cover. So we're totally judging a book by its cover, which is absolutely okay. And so thanks for helping me out with that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Okay, so on the subject of the Book Fair Warehouse, we will have a book fair in the second week of February, and so I'm really excited about that. The one we had in the fall was a big success, and so with parent-teacher conferences coming, we'll be doing that again, so you're going to want to share that with your family and all your friends, and make sure you stop in and maybe grab something for yourself. So that's coming up. I think February 9th will be the first day of that, and it'll run for a whole week. The other thing I want to talk about in this first podcast is something really cool that I've done for several years on the Goodreads.com website, which is like Facebook for bookworms. It's really awesome. You can go on there and basically keep track of all of the books that you've read. You can write reviews. You can rate them. You can find people that read stuff. You can find friends on there. And I use it to just kind of keep track of everything that I've read, and you can put things in shelves or like labels. So I mark things that are Fremont Public Schools books that I like to read, different genres. So I have a lot of ways to kind of organize all the stuff that I've read, and it helps me keep track of what I liked and what I maybe didn't like. So, I'll never tell you that I hated something, but if you really want to know, go check out Goodreads, and you'll figure out if I liked it or not. But every year, they have the Goodreads Reading Challenge, and this is so cool because you can go on there and create an account. It's free, and you can make a goal for yourself for the year. You can choose how many books you're going to read in the coming year. And it is so cool because you can kind of it keeps track for you. Every time you've read a book, you just go in there and you add it, and it keeps track for you, and it tells you if you're ahead or behind. And sometimes it's scary when you look at it and it says you are 3 books behind schedule, and that makes you really nervous. But you can set a goal, and it can be any goal that you want for the whole year. And I've done it for 4 years. I've read anywhere from 200 books to 80 books. For 2014, I read 150 books. And this year I set my goal at 100, which is usually the number that I pick, but I decided that would be a good number this year. So if you are interested in keeping track of what you read and kind of want to see how many books you can read in a year, that is such a great place to go, and I highly encourage it. Super fun, and it also is a really great place to go and find good book recommendations. So if you love a book, you can go in there and punch that book in, and it will give you suggestions for books that would be very similar. And you know that we call those read-alikes, and we talk a lot about those and how to find them in our catalog, and Goodreads is another way for you to do that. So give that a try. And we have another special guest, and it's too bad it's a podcast because you can't see, but our little friend Faza, the kitten, she's here, and she's visiting our podcast studio, which is really an official place, but not really. And so she just wants to wish everybody Happy New Year and happy reading. And I'm going to end with a quote from this super awesome TV show that I started watching called The Librarians. Duh. And I love it. It's on TNT, and we have been watching the movies. They were actually movies on TNT before it became a series. And so the quote I'm going to end with today's podcast is from Judson, who was the former librarian before Flynn Carson. And it basically says, you are about to enter a journey from which you will never be the same. Welcome to the library. So welcome to our library, and welcome to our Tangled Librarian podcast. And stay tuned for the next exciting episode.